Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? I got a couple of announcements before we get into the subject at hand. Are we living and loving the lip? Well, my darlings, I bought it yesterday at the new opening of Sephora UK, the MVP one by Fenty. It is one of the most beautiful reds I have ever come across in my life. Just look at it. It's velvety, it's creamy, it just works. And I thought, why not? Let's do a red lip for today. Also, for those of you that don't know, I am having the first ever meet and greet that's going to be a jump off to a world tour. It's going to be on the 16th of April, which is my birthday. It is an exclusive meet and greet. We are halfway sold on tickets. So if you don't get your ticket, we're going to be sold out in like a hot minute. And there's going to be food, there's going to be cake, there's going to be drinks, there's going to be champagne, and there's going to be sister to sister. There's going to be 3 different episodes of sister to sister, and the topics are going to be chosen by you. I will be there from 1 p.m. all the way till 8 p.m. We'll have step and repeat. We'll be talking. I'll be getting to know you guys. And we'll have 2 o'clock sister to sister, 4 o'clock sister to sister. And at 6 p.m. we'll have the last sister to sister of the day. Let me also climb onto the fact that this world tour will be determined by the subscribers in that country and city. Because we have to get goodie bags, we have to rent space, we have to get everything together. I cannot come to a country if I only have 5 subscribers there. So this is the time for you guys to really start subscribing, because my team has let me know, Fumi, you're just going off. We're going here, we're going there, and we want to. Not a problem. I'll take breaks in between and come back home. Just tell me, reestablish my wardrobe and all of that. See Adrian, kiss Ula, all of that. But you can imagine it's going to cost us, which is not an issue. But we have to make sure that we've got enough people in those countries, in those cities. So will I come to the US of A? Yes, I will. You guys are my biggest followers. But I will not be able to come to every single state. So you guys start to push your mamas, your friends, your sisters, your colleagues, your co-workers, your neighbors, people in the supermarket. Let them subscribe. Africa, let them subscribe. Unless I won't be able to come there, because I'm coming and I am making it as fabulous as the dinner that we had. You guys deserve the best. It's only the best. I only do the best, and you guys deserve the best. So I just wanted to throw it out there. So today's episode is again from you guys. You sent me a clip about a lady talking about how she has been divorced 3 times. And by the looks of it, she don't care to keep it on an ongoing situation until she gets it right. Watch the clip.
So I've been married and divorced 3 times. And here are 3 reasons why I chose divorce over sticking it out for the kids. Number 1, if I have to be a married single mother, I'd rather just be a single mother. It's much easier that way. Yeah, it's hard work, and sometimes you don't understand where your next meal is coming from, or, you got to figure out how you're going to pay the bills. But the emotional toll that knowing that you have to do everything by yourself when there's somebody perfectly capable with you right there is just something, it's like a weight around your neck. Number 2, I'd rather be happy on my own than miserable, trying to make it work. I don't see longevity of being in a relationship that is not serving you as a success like some people do. I just don't. Our grandparents were married for 50 years. My parents were married for 30 years, and they had successful marriages because they had love between one another and they really took care of one another. But I don't believe in just being miserable just so I can say I've been married 30, 40, 50 years. And lastly, parenting with a broken heart is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do in my life. As a mother that spends a lot of time with her kids, parenting with a broken heart was just, it wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for them. It wasn't allowing me to invest my full attention on my kids because I was always feeling like I was lacking because I was hurt so many times. At the end of the day, mom is human too. And when you're trying to regulate the emotions of your children while also trying to regulate yours because you've been hurt and you're heartbroken, it just doesn't make for a good environment for anybody inside the home.
I agree with her 110%. I agree with her 110%. I echo everything that she has said. So let us start with number one. I don't want to be a single mother in a married home. I would rather do that by myself than to constantly look across the room in the home to see an adult who is capable but unwilling. There comes a time when you say to yourself, you know what? I deserve to have peace in my home. No matter what that home is, even if it is a hut, I deserve to have peace. I no longer want to try and hang out with any kind of struggle relationship. The same thing with struggle love. I don't want it. We cannot even parent these children together. You cannot put aside whatever feelings you've got and parent and raise these children we've brought together. So guess what? You find yourself, let me go and work. Let me start to get promotions. Let me come and start looking and hustling for extra income on the side. Let me come and get my sister, my friend to help me, because raising a child is not only being financially secure. You really do feel and want to be like an octopus sometimes, multiple hands, because as I've expressed many times, it takes a village. That is why the extra pair of hands in the home, if they are clapped shut, it is so frustrating. It's so annoying that you turn around to this person that you once loved and you begin to realize you're despising the person. You're beginning to see the person in such a way that makes you so disappointed in them that you're like, you know what, I don't want to see you. So what happens is that you begin to now become very independent. You now begin to have a routine. Get the children up, get them dressed, get them fed, get them to school. You come back, you come and get yourself together. You go to work, you're making lunch, you're making dinner for the evening, for the next couple of days. You go and get the groceries. You're not even talking to him at this point. He ain't got the money. He's not working. He's lying on the couch. He's an extra bill because he's watching TV. He's not adding, helping to you. He's taking away from you. Guaranteed, month 2, 3. By this time now, you've said, you know what? I can move out into a smaller place, closer to my friend, closer to my sister. I kind of sort of can do this. You have now become completely useless. I don't need you. I can do a single mom by myself, and I don't need you anymore, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, you can pick up and you can go. You can live somewhere else. You can even come and see the children whenever you want. Whenever you want. I'm not going to battle that with you. But I am no longer going to stay in the same house and then turn myself from having 2 children to having 3 children because you're completely useless. Because you don't want to do anything. Because every time when I ask you to drop the children off at school, it's an issue. When I tell you, wake up, no, I'm still sleeping. I came back late. I've been working. I'm working 2. I'm working 3, 4 jobs. As a matter of fact, when I leave this job, I come back home to do another job, and then the children are sick. You can't take them to the hospital. You can't this, you can't that. You don't have enough money to pay for this. You don't have enough money for extra uniforms. When the in-laws come, you're rude, you're absent, you're disrespectful. I don't need you in this house. I will do it by myself. I have friends. I have you guys that tell me this. I cry because I wish I could help more. I wish I could do more for you because I realize that this ain't right. And yet there's nobody fighting for you. You have to do all of this by yourself. So sis, check. You got that right. Number 2. What was number 2? Let me get to it.
Be on my own.
Yeah. Number 2. She would rather be happy than miserable. Yes, she would rather be happy on her own than be miserable. That kind of ties in with what I said in the beginning. I'd rather have peace. I'd rather have peace with my children and find happiness in them and be able to really just relax and do fun stuff and really be happy, to not to see your miserable self anymore, that I don't have to deal with you, because you know what? It's eating away at me. I am losing myself. I am not happy. By the time I finish work, I have to now prepare myself mentally, emotionally, damn near take Xanax, so that when I walk through the door, I am not triggered by whatever you say. I am miserable. I am mute because I'm sitting there and I have a partner that's no longer a partner. I have somebody who's not loving up on me. And guess what? I'm not half a person if I don't have somebody loving up on me. But I truly am no person if I'm sitting in a miserable relationship and I'm becoming smaller and smaller and I'm disappearing and I'm mute because I can't see anything, because I don't want to fight. I don't want to slap. I'm trying very hard to live in this suffocating environment that is toxic. It's not sustainable. It really is not sustainable. And that is why you have the show Snapped, because you snap. Oh God, I forgot to wear lashes. I really forgot to wear lashes. Can you see, guys? These are my, you know what? It's too late, Fums. I like it as is. You become, you're just suffocating. You're miserable. And I think you're sad. You say, oh wow, I feel betrayed. What a deception. I met this man and we had wonderful times before the children. And that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. That's the kicker. I used to say to myself, why are these relationships just, disappearing as they're having children? What's going on? I thought the children will make you closer and love you up more. Not when you don't know each other. Not when you're prepared for the long road ahead of raising another human being, because it's work. And I say this. It is a matter of what devil are you going to kiss head on the lips? For women, it's really tough. I don't know if I will come back as a woman. I don't know. You know why? If you say you want to marry later, you have two choices. To freeze your eggs, and that's if you have the money to freeze your eggs, or do fertility treatment. And that's if you have enough money to carry you through the fertility journey, because you just might not get pregnant the first time around. And if your partner is willing to do it with you. Our reproduction clock is short. And it does not wait for us to mature. And it does not wait for us to find Mr. Right. It is a matter of constantly jumping hurdles. Getting the right guy, the right time, to have your beautiful children, to have a perfect, wonderful, evolving career, to raising good children in a good neighborhood, having constant resources financially, emotionally, physically, to feed your love tank as well as theirs, as well as your husband's, and be a good person in society. I'm now understanding the American dream doesn't exist for a lot of people. It does not. It's so hard. It's very hard to climb over that fence. And so some women will say, I will sacrifice myself and have mass face because of the kids. This strong woman here with her cape said, no, it's not working out. And I need to be in a good place to be able to take care of these children. And I absolutely agree. Divorce the man if it's not working for you, because you matter too. Number 3, she said, parenting with a broken heart is not worth it. She deserves better, and yes, she does. And how can you parent with a broken heart and teach your children, because you're teaching them by showing them. You see, children are they're our soldiers. They really are. We've all been children before, so we know. We know we saw things, and our parents thought that we didn't see. But what I know is that you have to teach your children, as hard as it might be, what is ultimately right. Because their childhood, those children, whatever childhood we give them, directly determines the kind of adults that they become. And if we don't correct it and nip it in the bud, then it becomes a vicious cycle. Because if you say your father was unloving, uncaring, he was a drunk, he was bad-tempered, you have to understand he was a boy too. And he learnt it from his father or his mother. And it doesn't always come from broken homes. Sometimes it comes from dysfunctional homes, where there was so much dysfunction that upon reflection, perhaps they should have parted ways and tried to co-parent. This is a strong woman who says, I need to be strong. They need to see happy. They need to see love. They need to see difficult decisions. These are the children, her children, by the way. So that they know that just because it's broken doesn't mean that it's destroyed. It's not destroyed. It's just broken. And it can be fixed in two separate camps. Because it's better to have that than to destroy them. If it takes 3 times, because we never get it right the first time around, shoot, I did not. How many times have I come here and talked about my failed past relationships? And I didn't get it wrong. And when I say my failed past relationships, I take accountability too, because I was insecure, because I was a people pleaser, because I stammered and I thought that was a huge impediment. I had to please because I felt that I would never overcome my stammering. How ironic, myself included, because I didn't see it, that Fumi, you would have the greatest command of English, your expression, and you would have over 500,000 followers. What are you talking about? 600,000 followers on a YouTube channel. I didn't see it. How ironic. How ironic. How wrong was I? How wrong was I? And that is growth. And it takes time, because you see this 53-year-old woman who was still working on 53 on her 35-year-old self. I started at 30. I abstained from any kind of intercourse. I said, Fumi, you have to have clarity, because you seem to be one of those where your mind is clouded, your eyes are clouded, you can't seem to get it right. As soon as you sleep with a guy, you think, oh, he's everything, and then all the red flags can come and slap you on the face, smack you on the back. You still will not take heed. I said, push that out of the way. Then I realized, you know what, Fums? You're getting stronger. You're getting stronger in yourself. Because if a guy came, didn't come, whatever, I didn't care. I didn't give him the cookies. That became my power. That became my understanding that for me, it was a weakness on your part. And so you really did allow this behavior because you thought by sleeping with them even more that you could give them more love and they could love you. No, you were just being used and abused. So I began to have more and more clarity. Then I realized, for me, you know what? It could kind of work out for you. Start kind of financially becoming independent. Start learning how to create an income for yourself. Do you know that I started taking classes as a manicurist and pedicurist? Yes, I did. I went to UCLA. I started taking extra classes, master's classes. Yes, I did. To say, for me, you know what, you love entertainment. If this acting thing doesn't work, you got to have a plan B. Because you've got to learn how to take care of yourself. I loved show business. Perhaps you do motivational speaking. Because for me, you for me, you've come so far. Perhaps maybe you could do that. I admire her. I admire her. She said it's not about what anybody's telling me. It's about what I'm telling myself is working for me. And this is what I gotta do. I see other warrior mothers out there, single mamas, and they say, we gotta push. I take all of my kids. I gotta go. It's not working for me. I made the mistake. I leave the mistake there. We out. So powerful. I have the greatest love, empathy, patience, understanding, support for my single sisters, for my single mothered sisters, because you are doing it. So guys, that's all I gotta say. Do not forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and you guys let me know in the comment section what you think. All right, my darlings, I live for you, I love you, and I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love, darlings. Mwah.